My name is Camille Hearst. I am a product marketing manager at YouTube, and I'm very excited to be here today and the cast and crew of Awkward Black Girl. Let's give them a warm welcome. Really excited about the turnout, so thank you all for coming. What we'll do today is have a conversation for about half of the time, then we'll screen an episode, episode 5, The Party, and then see, a lot of you have seen it already. And then we will go into Q&A, open to the floor. There's a mic over here that we ask you to come and speak into the mic because we have people on VC, which is video conferencing for those out in YouTube land. We're also recording this for YouTube later, so that's also why we want you to use the mic. So thanks for coming, and let's go ahead and get started. For those of you who are not familiar, Awkward Black Girl is the show about Jay, an awkward black girl who navigates the embarrassing minefield of love, friendship, and office politics. The series began in January 2011, so earlier this year, and now consists of 12 episodes. At the beginning, they struggled with having enough money to continue, but were able to raise over $56,000 through an online Kickstarter campaign that they promoted quite a bit through YouTube. And to date, Awkward Black Girl has 3 million views and counting, so quite an accomplishment. So first, I'd like to ask you all to introduce yourselves and who you are in real life and who you are on the show.
My name is Issa Rae, and I'm just a filmmaker, writer, aspiring producer, and in real life, Jay, the character, is an extended version of me. You know, I have my awkward moments often, and I really just like to find the humor in simple situations. Originally from LA. I don't know, this feels like a dating service. That's me in a nutshell, so I hope you pick me.
Okay, I'm contestant number 2. I'm a Gemini. I'm originally from the East Coast, went to Stanford with Issa, and then went to USC Film School to pursue, a writing and producing career. Graduated last year, May of 2010, and then linked up to co-produce and write the show with Issa. And I also play the probably most hated character on the show. Her name is Nina. She's a bitch. Everyone doesn't like her. And so that's me in a nutshell.
And what's your real name?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't say my name. Tracy Oliver.
Thanks, Tracy.
My name is Madison Shockley. I like long walks on the beach. I play Fred on the show, but in real life, I'm an entrepreneur, marketer, and just loving life.
Great. So what is Awkward Black Girl? Where did it come from? What's your inspiration? How did this whole thing begin?
So as I mentioned, I do have several awkward moments in life, and I come from a really, really awkward family. Like, my mom is like the queen of awkward, and just her moments are ridiculous. Like, as a family, we once walked into the wrong funeral and had to leave quietly. We walked in late to the funeral. But things like that. And just as a family, we always would laugh at these simple moments, and we'd come home and we'd share these moments together, and it's something that I thought only we found funny. And then, of course, as I started making friends, we'd share that humor. And I grew up watching shows like The Office and 30 Rock. I didn't grow up watching them. It's not really. 5, but I love shows like The Office, Arrested Development, Parks and Recreation, and that humor just resonated with me. But I felt like, once again, the humor wasn't really present in shows of color, and so I felt that void, and I thought that it would be funny to put the two elements together. And so I decided I wanted to make it an animated series originally, but I just didn't have the money to do that. And so after 2 years of sitting on the idea, I read an article in Clutch magazine, and they were asking, "Where's the black Liz Lemon?" And I was like, "No, this is my idea. I need to do it." And so instead of putting the money to do an animated series, I just decided to shoot it guerrilla style. Called up my friend Andrew, who plays A on the show, and my best friend Devin, who has no film experience. I asked her to help me shoot it, and that's how the show was born.
That's great. Who are the inspirations for the characters?
My pet peeves in life are the inspirations for the characters. I really, for example, the boss lady, when she asked, in episode 2, she asked all these questions about Jay's hair after it's cut off. And she says, is that how your ancestors wore it? Is that why you wear it? And I actually had a teacher in 6th grade who asked me that, if I wore my hair naturally because I was honoring my ancestors. And then, like, baby voice Darius comes from my pet peeve of having to ask people to repeat themselves. And because I feel rude, like asking you to, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. And they'll be like, I'll be like, one more time, and then they'll be like, and I'll be like, oh. And so things like that, like different pet peeves in life and different awkward moments, they come from those characters.
Tracy, Madison, where do you draw on inspiration when you're playing Nina and Fred, respectively?
Nina is pretty much that girl or guy that everyone has encountered. That person on the job that takes their job too seriously, or that person that shows up 10 minutes before class starts, or the person in high school that stays after to ask the teacher questions and people are trying to leave. She's pretty much that type A person who is kind of a go-getter, and that's something I guess to admire, but she's mean and kind of vicious and kind of a bully. And I think playing her, I had to draw on those experiences from middle school. I think middle school and high school are the times in your life that you feel the most like an outcast. And I try to think of like the mean girls or the most popular girls in high school that pretty much either tormented me or that I knew. And so it's kind of ironic that I'm playing them now because I was not that person at all growing up. But that's what I try to channel, the people that I know and have encountered throughout different times in my life that I couldn't stand.
Yeah, Fred is like the guy, he's a hardworking guy. He's the guy in the office though that is not really aware of the attention that he gets from the women in the office. So, but he's a easygoing, nice guy, hardworking, and that's kind of who I am in general too.
So you are Fred, in many ways.
Woo!
In some ways, yeah.
Do you play the guitar over your shoulder at home to practice?
I did practice that for like a week straight to get it down. I almost knocked my head off trying to do it too.
That's great. So did you set out to make an internet-only hit, or were there greater aspirations for the show?
Honestly, in putting it out, I wanted to just expand my portfolio. I had 2 other web series before that, and the second one was sort of gaining popularity, and I wanted to take advantage of that audience. And once I put out the series, I didn't expect for anyone outside of my friends and family to spread it. So I didn't have necessarily high hopes for the web series, but I did have high hopes for the brand because I thought that Awkward and Black in and of itself was something that was different and that wasn't represented. And so I thought the web series would accompany that brand. And so I didn't have high hopes initially. So
you talked a little bit about your prior projects. What were they? You said 2 other web series?
Yes, when I was at Stanford, I created a web series called Dorm Diaries. Forgot what it was called. Yeah, Dorm Diaries, and it was about being Black at Stanford. And I was trying to procrastinate writing a paper one day, and I had the idea to the series, and I just went to Stanford's library, went to their equipment, wrote a script really quickly, contacted people like Tracy to be in it, and I wanted to take advantage of Facebook's posted items feature. It had just come out, and people were sharing articles and YouTube videos, and I was like, how cool would it be to make a YouTube video where people would share it on campus? I feel like this would spread, and it did. And people outside of Stanford, like people at Howard, at Duke, were like, I really identify, this is my Black experience in college, and I felt like there was something there. And so my second web series was something called Fly Guys Present the F Word, and it's just about an LA group trying to make it in the music industry, and it's a mockumentary. And same premise, that's the first time I started taking the web really, really seriously. We would have these production meetings on Monday where we would sit down together and spread the word about the series, and we would put it out every Monday faithfully. And I just started taking the internet seriously and YouTube seriously.
Yeah. Stanford really is a great place for innovating ideas, whether it's in tech, in the arts. Tracy also worked on a few projects at Stanford. Do you want to talk a little bit about those?
I did. I came from like the theater space. I pretty much, which sounds crazy, went to Stanford wanting to pursue theater. Even though people don't look at Stanford like that, it was kind of a great place to kind of cultivate a lot of artists, because there was a lot of grants and resources and fellowships that really supported us. And coming in, I started this company called Black Stage, and it was like a theater company. And just through that, we were able to do productions, original productions that Issa adapted and directed, and then also productions that I would direct and write and act in. I directed The Wiz when I was there, and did like a lot of productions and like Vagina Monologues and and For Color Girls we both acted in together. So we did several productions at Stanford, and then when I graduated, I went to USC Film School and then did a couple short films there, and then I'm currently working on a feature as well that I'm working with Morgan Freeman on. So that's what I do outside of Awkward Black Girl, is I also write.
I kind of came from the opposite end of the spectrum as they did. I dropped out of community college to start my own business. Started a recording studio, recording local artists and doing artist development, and then also working for an independent record company as a marketing director. Did a national album release for MLK Records in association with SCLC, and that's kind of my background.
No acting experience for you?
No, it's my first time acting.
How are you enjoying it?
We got a church play together. I would like to put on Madison. And I put on one of my first plays in church, and he was in it. I think he played Jesus. So how dare you?
I've only acted with Issa my whole life.
I feel like I should have a witty thing to say after that. I don't want to get in trouble with Jesus jokes. I already said too much. So let's move into our uncomfortable, controversial subjects section on that note. So can you talk a little bit about your decision to use the N-word in the show, and what, if any, thought went into that, what thought did, and if anything didn't, what you think of it now in retrospect?
In creating the show, I always say this, but I wanted to create a character whose, raw and unfiltered thoughts were put out there, essentially. And like a lot of the feedback that we get is that people find the show funny, but they wish that we wouldn't use the N-word because they don't use it and they feel like it's vulgar. And in my mind, I say, like, even if you don't use the word, you've thought it. Like if someone does something. You'll be like, this? So that's a real thought. And so think about it. Jay's passion and what she does in her spare time is she writes violent rap lyrics to help her get through things. And so just common rap uses that word a lot. There's so many phrases and sayings in rap culture that are used, and so naturally Jay would embrace that. So I'm just. At the end of the day, this is satire, and it's supposed to be representative of what sort of real life is, and that's what real life is, the N-word.
Quotable, right?
That's a t-shirt.
I was at the Kanye West, Jay-Z Watch the Throne show last night, and they performed All of the Lights. And there's a line in there where he says about Michael Jackson, our N-word dead. And he said, I want everybody in the audience to yell this out. Black people, give everyone a pass just for right now.
Wow.
So it's interesting to see how
that's very interesting.
The N-word continues to evolve. Plays a role in our culture. So speaking of offensive topics, there is a recent internet controversy with the Crunk Feminist Collection. Or Collective, which is an online blog and community for the LGBT community. And they posted an open letter offended about the use of the T word, which not all of us knew that it was offensive to the extent that this group found it and this community found it. So can you talk a little bit about your response and what these new controversies mean to you in the further development of the show?
As you mentioned, we weren't aware that the T word was a slur at the time. And it's actually odd because the original the original line was, I can't even say any of that, but like it was inverted, and the actress accidentally said that, but we kept it in there because it still worked. But in doing the show, as I mentioned, it is satire, and it's everyday speak, and a lot of these characters, like we tackle so many subjects that many people could consider offensive, and so we put that in line. The character Cece, for example, just does questionable and says questionable things, and that fit in with her character. And in the particular scene, Jay was going through sort of like a heartbreak, and this other girl comes into the picture, and Cece said this particular statement to make Jay feel better. And when the Crunk Feminist Collective, the CFC, approached us about it, they wrote a respectful open letter. They're fans of the series, and I wanted to acknowledge it because they were one of the first groups to support Awkward Black Girl in the beginning, when we only had like less than 1,000 fans. They were there promoting the series, so I was like, I felt like we owe them at least an acknowledgement of what they were saying. And even though I didn't necessarily agree with the fact that we were targeting them or we were being hateful, I understood where they were coming from, and I understood why that word could be offensive. And so we wanted to say, hey, we hear you. We don't mean to offend you, to hurt you. But this is something that we struggle with. We walk this line every single, not every day, but every episode. What is offensive and what's not? I don't know if you want to add to that.
Yeah, well, the irony in the situation is that when we're in the writer's room and we're coming up with the episodes, as Issa just mentioned, we struggle with the issue of being politically correct versus incorrect all the time, and what's appropriate and what's not appropriate. And this particular word, the T word, we didn't even know was like any kind of slur. It was the one word that we didn't even debate it because we were that unaware of its meaning and the history that it now represents. We were unaware of the violent history of that word. And other times that we use the N-word or we bring up social issues, it's intentional. It's a deliberate time where we're trying to bring certain issues to light so that we can talk about it. And through certain characters like Sister Mary, being this kind of like hypocritical Christian, and then Boss Lady, who is really down with Black culture but says really culturally insensitive things, or Amir, who's racially ambiguous so can insult anybody and get away with it because no one knows what he is. We do these things all the time, and sometimes it's inappropriate to certain groups of people, and we're either unaware of it or we're doing it to bring those issues to light. And with the T word, it was just an unawareness of it. And like Issa said, now that we are made aware of it and we realize that it was offensive to the LGBT community, it's something that we are aware of and we're not going to do again. But that was not a deliberate attempt to demean or cause harm to any member of that group.
Yeah, the way I look at it, you say a lot of offensive things on the show. So it's kind of the intent behind it in many ways, in order to promote dialogue.
Yeah,
or to promote laughter.
Absolutely.
Great. Well, let's move on to lighter subjects and talk a little bit about heartthrobs. So, where's Cece? We had an audience specifically from one of our fellow Stanford. There he is, Dante in the back. So where is Cece, since we know we got a few fans in the audience?
Cece's chilling at home. To actually work, but this is so sad, Dante. Really. Yeah, but yeah, she would love to be here, but she just couldn't.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know what Cece is, and she's Indian.
Yeah.
So I'll clarify that.
Okay. Thanks. And so, Madison, I keep wanting to call you Fred. How does it feel to be a heartthrob? Has your dating life gotten a little easier since being on the show? Or?
Yeah, it's helped a little bit. It's definitely a change from before the show. They do a really good job at making me look good on screen and writing for my character. But it's way different. In public, people recognizing me, wanting to take pictures and stuff. So yeah, it's a lifestyle change.
So people do recognize you in public?
Yeah.
That's incredible. How about you, Tracy?
Yeah, so I get recognized, and usually it's not a pleasant experience because most people think that I'm not acting for some reason. So so even if I'm with them or with anybody in the cast, they'll be like, "Oh, hey, Fred, hey, Jay," oh, and they just don't even want to speak or say anything, and I get like the worst side eyes ever. So I'm not Nina. I'm really pleasant and nice in real life, but yeah, I get recognized and I get like serious side eye.
So, Issa, how did you learn to rap so well?
I've always had just a fascination with just rap, and my little brother and I. No, ever since like, again, 6th grade, I used to try to start a rap group in like every grade. And like I was the only bout it one. And my little brother and I actually were a duo. We were a rap duo. We were called, never mind, that's not important.
No, continue. What were you called?
No, we were called Jolity, but it doesn't make sense. It's our names. It's the first letters of our names. But anyway.
Is this Animal?
Animal, yeah, my brother, and we would rap together, and we had a song called Bang Bang. It was hit in the house. And then when I went away to college, he actually pursued rap and got really, really good, and I got kind of jealous because we were in this together initially, and then he started his own rap group. And so I really started focusing, and I just love rap, and I just love hip hop. I would always freestyle when I'd be, under the influence of alcohol. And so since then, I've just never let it go, and I thought it'd be really fun to try to incorporate this love of rap, this love of raunchy, ratchet hip hop into this character.
Can you do a ratchet rap for us right now?
Cece's not here, so I need her. She's my beat, so.
You need a beat?
Okay. Yeah, you gonna give me a beat?
Boom, 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 boom.
Sitting here at Google, y'all just Googling, but I'm just me, and I'm just flowing. Got my girl Tracy and Madison with me. This is real crazy because we here for ABG, and I'm so tough. I'm on the mic rough, and I'm just gonna keep going until you say stop. Stop!
That'll be on YouTube later. Thank you.
Y'all got a guitar in the house?
I think he's going to go get one, actually. So, why is Awkward Black Girl successful? There are a lot of other shows, web series that are built just for the internet. What is it about ABG that you think has made it take off?
Sure. I think the thing we hear the most often is that it's relatable. And I think if you come just from the awkward point of view, first of all, almost everybody can relate to those awkward moments that we like touch on the show, like walking down the hallway, especially if you work in an office building. You see the same people every day and several times in one day, and you're like, okay, do I have to keep smiling and saying hello every time I pass this person? And it's awkward for the person that's like stationary, like the receptionist or somebody that like keeps having to see this person walk past them, and that's stuff that we can always like relate to. And the thing that Issa and I bond off of, because we're both semi-awkward, and I remember at Stanford we would just have these awkward moments happen a lot. And we were in the airport recently and had like another awkward moment where, we had one yesterday too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just explain this one, where we were getting off the plane and like the person that we got like seated next to was like kind of a celebrity person.
She was on Top Model.
She was on Top Model.
Who was
and
it?
we both,
Well, it's just broadcast. We don't want her to know that.
yeah. She was on Top Model, and we were both like, oh, she was on Top Model, and like talking about her, even though she's sitting next to me. And so, anyway, we got off the plane, and both of us had to like go to the bathroom, but then she was going to the bathroom. And we both needed to go really badly, but
We had already said bye.
we said bye to her. We said bye, and we were like, bye, girl, and we like went in separate directions and realized we were both headed towards the same bathroom. So in order to not have to see her again, we walked like an extra like mile to the nearest restroom, having to go really badly just to avoid seeing her again since we said bye. So it's just like, so we do these really awkward, drawn out things all the time, and then just make notes of them and then put them in the show. And you guys can relate to that kind of stuff. So that's not even really about race. It's just about like the universal like awkwardness that we all go through. And then I also think just the cast being being primarily filled with people of color, there's not a lot of shows that display us in those lights. Because the thing is, all of us are awkward and nerdy and have all these like weird quirks about us, but I don't really see that. I see us being like really sassy and like really cool and really like suave and put together, or really loud and obnoxious or whatever, but we don't really see like normal people that like I went to school with or that, remind me of my friends and my family. So I think we're showing a different side of what it's like to be of color and be quirky and awkward. So I think the awkwardness is really relatable, and then just being of color and having that element adds to it.
I would say it's also successful because of the spirit that we have among each other in contributing and helping get things done and move the project forward. That's been a big part of the success of our project, because it can be extremely hard, as probably a lot of you know, to coordinate a lot of people to work on your project without any money and that's something that Issa did remarkably.
Great. Well, we wish you much continued success on YouTube and beyond, hopefully. And next we will go into a screening of episode 5, The Party.
Awesome. Just sit there.
I don't know. Is this kind of
This is awkward.
In my mind, I'm the best dancer ever.
Ice Cube, baby. 99, baby. I'm on the grind, baby. All the time, baby.
You can do it, put your back into it.
I can do it, put your ass into it.
You can do it, put your back into it.
I can do it, put your ass into it.
Put your back into it.
Put your ass into it. Tick, tick, boom, hear me banging down these back streets. Loving Black Street, treated like an athlete. Life ain't a track meet. It's a marathon, fuck the cemetery that a nigga gets buried.
Jay, you need to focus. We need to figure out this dancing situation.
I think I caught something from Patty. It's not feeling so good, so I'm just gonna stay home.
You're full of shit. Look, Fred actually invited you tonight. You've been trying to get close to him forever, and here's your non-stalker's chance to do it.
Fine. You're right.
Besides, you're not the only person in the world who can't dance. I'm an okay dancer, but what makes me a great dancer? This. I want my hair back to full. I want my hair back to full.
I hate to say this, but hair is the best thing to happen to rhythmless non-blacks.
See, you just work the hair, and nobody knows you can't dance. Oh. Right. Sorry.
You know what? Just forget it. I got him a card. I'll give it to him at work. No big deal.
No, you're giving it to him in person tonight, and then you're gonna make out with him. Get dressed. We're leaving.
Yeah.
I hate parties. They're so competitive. A blatant contest of look, style, and sex moves. I'm so above that.
There he is. Go. Go. Fred.
Jay, you made it.
I just got you this card. It's not a big deal.
Oh, that's so nice. Thank you.
Is it weird that I glued the card shut so he'd need my help?
Damn, girl. I didn't know FUBU made dresses.
Nina, you're not at work.
Well, it's Saturday night. Have you been taking our drugs?
I cannot get this card open for nothing.
Oh, it's just,
I can help with that. Oh, happy birthday, Fred. Thanks for being the reason I haven't quit. That's so cute. Another work reference.
Thank you, Jay. Look, grab a drink, enjoy yourself, okay?
She want it, I can tell she want it. Want me to push up on it, for she know where I'm all on it. We get the party going, liquor flowing.
Everybody from the office is here. Why did I think I was special?
Why is Nina dancing with Fred?
My comebacks weren't fast enough.
Is she trying to get pregnant?
Let's get out of here. This party is lame.
No, it's not. I'm having a great time. You need to loosen up. Get a drink. Go dance with some hot guy.
Thirsty is dancing with my hot guy.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, what's up, Papa?
I'm Animal.
I'll be Cece. What it do?
It do, I guess.
That's what's up, boo. That's what's up.
I'm gonna go get some drinks. You stay like right here.
All right, play on.
Why does Cece sound like a contemporary slave? What was that?
Black guys love when I talk like that.
He walked off.
He's getting us drinks, see? Oh, hell no.
Great. Now I'm by myself. Standing alone at parties is the clearest indication that nobody wants you. Should I try to make friends? Do I need to act like I'm having a great time? Are people looking at me? Maybe if I dance next to this guy, he'll recognize his urge to dance with me. If this party is a competition, I'm losing. Could things get any worse?
I brought you a drink.
I'm allergic, so.
But you were drinking the night we passionately made love.
We did not make love. We had sex! It was a mistake. I don't ever want to see you again. I was drunk. So, get the out of my life. Cece's right. I need to loosen up.
Here, let me, there you go. You bet.
Oh, mother. Ah!
Beautiful.
The stain?
No, that's a stain. Sorry. I was talking about the way you said, mother. I can't do it, but it had like a melody to it. It's beautiful.
Mother.
I'm Jay.
So am I. That's so.
So dynamite. Okay, cause you're Jay and I'm Jay, so it's JJ. So dynamite. It's good times.
Lame. That's so cool.
It was lame. I'm so awkward.
I'm awkward. Like you don't even know.
No, you were mother beautiful.
Hey, I see you met my boy Jay.
What's up, man?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna hit the dance floor and get my Dougie on. Are y'all coming?
I don't think. Me neither. I just went into the thought though, because you just seem like
I have rhythm.
Yeah, not to be weird.
It's like a burden for me.
I would never say that, but not because of any reason.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? No way. Fred couldn't be. It's hot in here. You wanna?
Yeah, okay.
I think I started something. I got what I wanted. Didn't I? Can't feel nothing.
I just wanted y'all to say happy birthday to my man Fred. You know, it was this party. I mean, hey Fred, come up here, man. You know, I remember the time when we was in high school, dude, we was on the track team. And coach made us run the man. And them socks was wet, and I had some extra socks in my duffel bag. And I gave him those.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear friend. Happy birthday to you.
So, it's a slow song. You want to give it a shot?
Sure, why not?
Even if we only go to my house,
Nothing like a cute white guy to make me feel secure about my dancing.
my couch feels good.
Wait, is he looking at me? Could it be? Is Fred suffering from a bad case of envy? All it took was...
Ready for action. Don't be astounded.
I changed my mind. The worst thing about parties is watching the guy you like kiss the girl you hate. Is it focused? It's too dark. Okay, we can turn the exposure up.
Where's that?
I have to show you. It's all awkward. But my mouth is too dark. Still recording. And I can put in an autofocus at this point too.
Look, this is the view that I have of you.
I can't really tell. Can you? Oh.
You see it?
But you want the view of your radio too? No, I just want to start with my radio with me turning the song up, and then back to here. But mostly, like, I just want a back view. Like when I'm
like
gonna shift my
language, kind of.
like what?
Oh, in the back. Okay.
Yeah, like when I'm like, as long as you can't see out my window that he's not there.
Okay.
Really?
I think it's pretty good.
And what about like if I'm scooting down? Like, can you tell that my
Yeah,
seat is going down?
yeah,
Okay.
that's good.
So that's
And you
the
can't
thing.
see me. Yeah, it's perfect.
Okay, so let me just keep it at this angle or whatever. Are you coming?
Yeah, what? Sorry. Well, look, my sorors and I are meeting up for dinner after work if you want to meet up later.
You know what? That's actually really nice of you. Like, I didn't even eat lunch today.
Oh, whoa. No, I meant after. Stop. Why did you laugh?
For real? Nah, but let me tell you, last night, girl, last night was so bomb. It was like, and then I was like, yeah.
Peaches?
Hold on, again, I don't know why this keep on trying to, hello, how may I help you? Yeah, girl. Yeah, so I was like, yeah, but let me tell you about last night. Last night, though, it was on. It was so on. Why didn't you go last night? Where was your hair appointment? Hold on.
Can you just keep it down a little bit?
Keep it down?
Yeah, just, I'm gonna call.
Yeah, anyway, so, yeah, what, you had a hair appointment? Lashanique did it? What you get? You get white across the
Oh! I got it. When I pick up the coffee cup like this,
I don't
can you
see the
that?
coffee cup, I just see your ass.
That's fine, but is it just my ass?
Well, no. Bend over. Bend over. Yeah, I see all of you. Okay.
Hi, I'm Jay. I'm sorry? Derek?
Darius.
Oh. So are you from around here?
Arizona, originally.
I'm sorry, come again?
Cool.
I just...
Arizona, originally, but
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Love Wheel of Fortune. I was upset when they switched to the different board. Oh, man, digital. I went on there one time. Whenever I would spin the wheel up. My parents on a boat. And sometimes we like to go jellyfishing.
No,
I brought you a drink.
I'm allergic.
But you were drinking the night we passionately made love.
We did not make love. We had sex.
So, I said, live today like it is tomorrow. Yet, I felt so much sorrow. But I will not borrow nor buy your excuses. But I will not borrow nor buy your excuses.
Let's go, Queen. Smells like old cheese in here anyway.
Goodbye.
That was great. I don't think I've ever laughed that hard at work. So we'll open up the floor to questions now. If anyone has a question, wants to come over to the mic, please don't yell out because we are recording this for later and there are people on BC. So come on over. While we're waiting, when will we find out who Jay chooses?
On January 12th, episode 12, the season finale premieres, and we'll know who Jay makes.
Great.
What decision Jay makes what?
Okay. Hi, I'm Shanice. I love your episode, by the way. I've seen all your episodes like 10 times. But I know that you did make it. The webisodes are supposed to be able. You're supposed to be able to view them online and everything like that. But I know one day I was watching MTV and I saw a show called Awkward, and I thought it was interesting because the entire cast, of course, is white, and I much prefer your show. And I was wondering if in the future, if you're working towards being like on mainstream or something like that, or do you think the kind of show you have just wouldn't fit in and it would limit what you're trying to do with your show?
Definitely the latter. That's something Tracy and I struggle with all the time, and we just actually, went back and forth this particular week because there's definitely interest in terms of mainstream television, but there's such a fear that in selling our rights away, they'd be able to change the title, the cast, the content. A lot of it will be watered down, and that's a big fear of mine. In addition to creative control, that's very important to us in moving forward. So. Personally, I feel like keeping it online and leveraging our audience, building our audience so that we can leverage our sort of position to networks in the future is the intended goal right now.
Yeah, well, I would love to see ABG on television. I would love it if we could still maintain what we love about the show, maintain the integrity of it. And there are some networks, or cable networks rather, that allow you to do controversial topics and language, like HBO and Showtime, FX, Comedy Central, things like that. So I think if we did do television, it would have to be on a network that allows you to push buttons, because I can't see a format where ABG can exist the same way if we water it down to a point where it has to fit a mainstream audience and be really PG and family friendly. It's not that kind of show. So it's, like Issa said, it's something that we struggle with. We're trying to figure out, how to reach the most mass audience possible, but also maintain the integrity of the show. So sorry if that didn't answer your question.
No, it did. It did. Thank you so much, and I love you guys. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we've got some questions people submitted online.
Cool.
Do you want to bring them over?
I'm having technical problems.
Okay. So after creating ABG, you stepped behind the camera to create the hilarious Fly Guy series. How have the creative directive processes differed for you? Do you have different goals and audiences in mind for these two shows?
Okay, so I actually did Fly Guys before I did ABG, and at that point I was really comfortable being behind the camera and sort of directing them. And the way that show is I'll essentially give them an outline, much like Curb. I'll give them an outline for or plot points, moments to get to, and they'll essentially improvise it or improvise the scenario to come to a certain conclusion. And so I love working with them just because they have a natural chemistry and it's just easy. Whereas ABG, it's scripted for the most part, and I'm in it, and for the majority of the episodes, I'm directing myself, and that's hard because I feel like I don't get to focus as much on other actors because I'm worried about me, and I feel like I'm bringing them down. Or if I am working, like focusing on other actors, I'm not working on my performance. So I would actually prefer to have other directors. It's a little bit harder. I would prefer either being behind the camera and directing, and or being in front of the camera and just being an actress.
That question was from Natalie Arbel, who's actually at YouTube right now. She's watching over VC. So.
Oh, hey, Natalie.
Hey, Natalie. Any other questions in the audience? Come on up to the mic, and we'll take your questions as they come.
How's it going? Thanks so much. I started actually watching the show this week when I saw your poster, but really love it so far. I wanted to ask about. I'm sorry for Nina. I'm sorry for.
Yeah, I know. It's fine. You can call me Nina.
You had talked about mentioning the universal awkwardness of the show, and I think that is one thing that's really appealing because it's about dating and it's about like the office space. But then there's also moments that are about, I think, unique to being African American, like people asking you about your hair and other things like that. I'm wondering what other kind of specific, like unique to being African American awkward moments you would like to bring into the show in the future.
I thought you were asking.
Anybody, sorry, yeah, anybody.
Do you want me to?
Yeah.
Sure. I think episode 7. I don't know if you've gotten that far in watching, but I'll tell you what the episode was about. It was Jay's character going on her first interracial date with the white guy, and so for me because we co-wrote that episode together, and for us to do that, I had to draw into my experiences with interracial dating. And just being an African American woman, it varies, like, where you are. I'm from the South originally, and walking around with someone who's not black, like, pretty much elicits all kinds of stares. And so I wanted to incorporate that into the show. And even in LA, in places that are more progressive, there's certain people that still feel like interracial dating is something to stare at or something to like talk about. So we wanted to kind of, make that, I guess, situation known. And when they walk into this soul food restaurant, it's over exaggerated, but everybody like in the restaurant turns to them. We even have a black guy with a white girl on his arm, like, like judging them as well. And so those are the kind of moments where we are directly talking about what it's like to be a black woman and what it's like to be in an interracial relationship. And then also hair is a big, like you mentioned, hair is a big part of the show. We haven't really delved into like issues of colorism.
We're definitely going to go into more, like, after Jay makes a decision next season, we want to talk about like the awkward moments of dating and as that relates to, I guess, being African American and sort of the standards that we expect. So yeah, to I guess answer your question in terms of that, like we're still figuring out like other, because they come every day that I don't isolate them as like, oh, this is an African American awkward moment. But, tapping into that, like we'll definitely think about the experience.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Camille.
Hi.
As an awkward person who I think would be awkward no matter what my race, I would like to thank you for the show. Is there a way to submit ideas?
Currently, where we can't, I guess legally accept ideas. People will write things in the form and share them with one another, but legally we can't accept ideas unless they come from the writing team.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Sure, thanks.
So this is mildly awkward because the questions I had, they actually both took them. So, no, seriously. You mentioned, Issa, that you thought about it and people were like, oh, this is funny, but you didn't think it would be funny beyond your family and your friends. And what would you say to those who were in your shoes, they were doing things that they currently find funny between family and friends, and they want to do it, but they are literally convinced themselves, oh, it's not going to be funny, it's not going to. It seems like your impetus was when you saw someone else was going to do it, and you were like, no, I got to do it now. So what would any of you, and this isn't specific to her, what would you say for those who want to do it, but it's just like, I just won't invest the time. They've already discouraged themselves.
One of my biggest things is I would continue to make excuses as to why I couldn't do it. Like I was like, oh, I have a 9 to 5, I don't have time to do it, or oh, I don't have the money. And the more and more I kept saying that, the more like I just would not create anything, and that was just really holding me back. So I guess the advice that I would give is to stop making excuses. And if you're really passionate about something, just put it out there. It doesn't matter if it's just funny to your family and friends. Like someone else could think it was funny or enjoy it and spread the word about it. I think that if you want to put something out there, there's nothing stopping you from putting it out there but you. So I strongly believe in that.
Speaking of that, do you still have your day jobs?
No.
Nah, I quit.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Hold on, I need a day job.
I think for me, it's never been a matter of time and fitting it in. Mine has always been fear of other people judging it. And that's something I grapple with as an artist all the time. Anytime I write anything, I'm always afraid of criticism. And even with Awkward Black Girl, it's been a great experience for testing out, I guess, our work, and then also learning to have thicker skin and dealing with comments. Because the great thing about YouTube is that the feedback is instant. So you can tell if someone hates it or loves it within like 2 minutes of posting it online. And that's a good and bad thing. And it's great because you don't have to guess, how you're doing. People are telling you. But it's also, bad because as an artist, you're really sensitive to your work. And when you put something up, it's really hard sometimes to hear like, oh, I hated it, or this sucks, or you're terrible at this, or you're a bad writer, or you look crazy in this episode. And for me, because I played like the villain, I never read anything nice about myself. So that's something that I just had to deal with, just like getting over the fear of criticism. And I think honestly, that's one of the main reasons why people are afraid to go after their dreams, because they're afraid of what other people are going to say. And I think you just have to do it and take the criticism if it comes and take the praise if it comes. Just like learn to get over your fears and just put it out there no matter what.
Yeah, I think a major excuse for people not to start their great ideas that they have is they tell themselves, I'd do it if I only had this, or if I had this piece in place. I would encourage people to start with what you have. And I think once you do that, our minds can figure out ways to accomplish the stuff that is not already in place. So it kind of spurs that creativity. So just go ahead and start and figure it out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is kind of short. Can you guys hear me? I'll just bend down like this. Hi guys. My name is Taylor. Thank you so much for coming. We're really happy to have you.
Oh, thank you.
I wanted to ask you a question. As my friends and I were watching the show, I think this is like more geared towards like Nina's character. We noticed like a lot of reference to sorority life and like the satire off of that. I feel like you've gotten this question before.
Yeah.
I wanted to know if there were any real life situations that caused you to maybe integrate that into Nina's character, and also if there are any like pet peeves associated with sorority or fraternity life that you kind of wanted to highlight on the show.
You're trying to get me in trouble.
No, I'm not. I'm not even in one, so
okay.
Totally objective.
So I'm not either. For some reason, I think people think because Nina is very much into sorority life that like I'm into sorority life as well. I'm not at all. I didn't pledge. I'm not Greek. But the reason why we put it in there was because it is a huge part of African American culture, and it's a very big part of going to HBCUs. It's a very big part of going to any college pretty much at this point. Is there's people that pledge and there's people that don't pledge, and so we figured we need to have some kind of character that does represent like the Greek community. And like we do with everything, there are moments that we are using satire to laugh at some parts of Greek life. And in episode 10, that was when Nina is like hazing the office. That's just an over-exaggerated like version, and we combine that with our the Halloween feel to make it really over the top. But no, we're not necessarily saying anything about Greeks at all. We just think it's important that like have some character represent that part of Black culture, and it's just fun. And I do have to like share a story. So my sister was at her best friend's, I guess, wedding reception, and my sister was the entire like bridal party was like in the same sorority together, and there was one person who wasn't, and they like were doing their stroll at the the reception, and she was unaware that you can't just jump in the stroll. And so, and she picked up on the choreography like rather quickly and just kind of like jumped in, and they like really reacted to it. And so that was something that when she told me that, I was like, oh my God, we have to use that. And so we threw Jeremy Patty into, you know, my sorors doing the choreography. And, you know, they reacted like, what do you think you're doing? And she, you know, said that I thought this was an open audition. So yeah, there's just moments. That was like one actual moment that happened that we thought was like kind of fun, and we just wanted to utilize it. So yeah, that's why it's there.
Thanks. Hi, my name is Shayna. Thanks again for coming. We really enjoyed it. But I guess my question is, how can we help you guys move forward? Because I remember when you had the push after episode 7 to raise money, and I'm sure you need funds to continue to eat, to make stuff. So how can we, as the audience, help you guys move forward?
Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
We actually have a donate button on our website, and you know, people have donated after Kickstarter, and that's really been helpful. So yes, if you find it in your heart and your pocket to donate, we have, if you go to awkwardblackgirl.com/donate, there it is. So
great.
Thank you so much.
No problem. All right,
thank you.
White Jay, go ahead.
Coincidentally, my question is about White Jay.
Love it.
So does the audience have when you meet with the fans and interact with them, do they have a preference? Because you guys have a Team Jacob, Team Edward thing going here. And everyone I talk to, it's pretty split, but usually when I watch movies, it seems like the audience want a certain outcome. Do you feel pressure? First of all, is there a certain preference, and do you feel pressure writing that in?
Let's do a quick poll. Who's Team Fred? Hands up. Team Fred, hands up.
You got one. You got one.
A two. White Jay. Wow.
Yeah, there we go.
It's funny you should mention that, because initially, like, it was unanimous Team White Jay.
Yeah.
That wasn't our intention at all. Like after episode 5, White Jay was only supposed to be a one-time character, and his name was Jay at the time.
The white came later.
Yeah, and then after episode 5 premiere, people were already like, "Ooh, Team White Jay." So we were like, "Wow, okay, it's really worked." And so the love triangle thing happened actually by accident. It's really the audience's feedback. So of course, with that, there was a pressure to continue. And I guess you're hired for the rest of the season. But like, we've worked as writers to put Fred back in the running and to change things. And so we're happy to say that, not in this room apparently, overall it's pretty split. Like there are a lot of Team Friends out there and Team 1J, and it's really hostile. So we're excited to see what kind of backlash we get for the season finale.
Well, thank you, and love the show. And thank you, Jana, for introducing me.
That's cool. It sounds like you're responding real time to comments and incorporating feedback on the go.
Yeah, we do. Really, like she mentioned, that's what we love about the series, is that it's instant feedback, and you can see how people feel about certain, scenarios. Kind of like we don't take everything into account, but we do take a lot of it into account.
Yeah. Well, we'll go ahead and wrap this up with the final question. Being a YouTube employee, this one caught my eye. So using YouTube as a platform to test out a series seems like an obvious way to gauge viewer interest. Do you take into consideration viewers' comments when creating content, and have YouTube stats help you pitch to TV networks? So you kind of answered the first part. So what about the second part? Have stats on YouTube helped you in your pitches, and do you use that frequently?
Absolutely. Stats just help in general. Like for even people to sit and watch the series. A lot of people, and I'm this type of viewer as well. But like I'll look at a video and I'll be like, oh, this only has 500 views. Whack. Without even testing it. So. With the fact that the show does have a lot of views, or relatively, it really does help people to sort of tune in and pay attention, and networks and other people have been paying attention. So definitely the numbers help, and the fact that the numbers are displayed on the screen and the likes are displayed really, really helps to sort of get us out there through word of mouth, especially.
Great. Well, it's always exciting to hear our work is impacting people's lives individually and our communities online and offline in the real world. So with that, we'll wrap it up. There is a merchandise table in the back if you guys would like to go pick up some Awkward Black Girl t-shirts. It's a great way to support the show, to respond to your questions.
Free ones under the
There are some free ones that we're giving away. Is that the case? Yep. So everyone check under your seat. If you have a Post-it under your seat, then you're getting a free Awkward Black Girl t-shirt.
Everyone's gonna keep looking under several seats.
Thank you, guys.
Very cool.
Tell your friends all about the show.
Thank you
Thanks
guys
for coming.
so much.
Thank you for
Appreciate
coming.
it. Thank you.